Emilie Willoch Frøyland, that's me, a Norwegian lady who lately bought an apartment and fulfilled her dream of owning my own home. Let me tell you and show you more of our renovation journey. Hello! Hi West Wing, come and see my Oslo home. Alright guys, so you can actually shop the look of my home if you click the link in the bio to see all of my home favorites. Right now we are in my living room. It's an open floor plan. It is one of my absolute favorite rooms in the home because it is so open. It's where we relax, we have friends over, watch TV, and just enjoy being at home. I definitely loved the apartment when I came in, but it was not in a good state. It smelled so bad in here. The wall colors were crazy. There was all of these like 90s things all around. It definitely was a renovation object, but because it was in the state that it was, nobody really had any interest in buying it. So that's always my favorite showings to go to because you can see the potential right away. You can kind of imagine like, okay, I can tear this wall down, I can renovate this, and I just really liked it. The vision for this home was definitely to open it up. Our previous home was brighter and more use of white and neutral, so we wanted a different and darker kitchen. We went with more texture in the room. We did wall moldings, textured finishes for the cabinets. So open and different was my vision. You can definitely feel my aesthetic and vibe in this home. There are certain things that I just love to do. I love doing the wall moldings. I feel like I abuse these because I use them in every single room if I can. And then I love to mix materials. We have a lot of stone, natural materials. We use a lot of linen. We have like velvet and more like soft finishes. So throughout the entire home, you'll see the mix of natural, stone, woven things, linens, and all together, I feel like it makes my aesthetic. I live really close to a vintage market that I buy a lot from. I have this piece that I actually did it on Instagram. I put out like, should I buy this or this? Everyone hated this, but I liked it a lot. I don't know why. It looks like an old pharaoh that has like a marble foot to it. I've always liked it. And then I also got this vase at a different vintage market. I love the rustic color of it. It has some reds, brings an interesting texture and finish to the home. So I love picking up old things. So the bathroom was probably the biggest design challenge in this home. It is a very tiny space, but we wanted a high design and high impact, but also functionality. So I can't wait to show you the bathroom. Okay, this is an open space. We have the living room and the dining room. And because it is one big room, everything is close, meaning that when we cook, everything is in one big space. So I love to have friends over and cook and people around the dining table. It's a good time. This kitchen, let me tell you, like, it was blue, it was white, it had tile all over this wall and on the backsplash. It was probably like 35 years old and it just wasn't in a good condition at all. So we took it off and then we actually decided to keep the shape because this room is very open and there wasn't really any other way we could do it and keep the size of the dining room and living room. So we kept the shape, we did darker cabinets, and then not to overpower the room, we did some open shelving and a white marble, both sink and countertop, which like this sink is my favorite. Like I love that it just goes directly into the countertop and brings some like light and warmth to a dark kitchen. What inspires me when I made or designed this home was kind of the mix between new and old things. I like asymmetry, but I also like straight lines. I like the kitchen to be like super clean, black and white with texture, and then bring in the marble and the lightness. So in Oslo, you have like the opera house that have like super clean lines and very modern. And then you have the old part of town that has more like classical buildings with like old world details, like the crown moldings and all of the like extra wall moldings and all of that kind of old world mixed with the new. And I think that combination really inspired me when I furnished this home. I would love to know what city inspires you when you decorate your home or how you furnished it. So please let me know in the comments what place inspires you. And now we're going to the next room. Okay, so this room was probably the messiest room to renovate. I mean, when I tell you there was, I think 10 or 15 layers of like old wall, like tapestry and old walls, and we had to peel back, and when we thought we were at the end, it was just more walls. So that was definitely a journey to get it to just like regular normal wall. And then of course I had to do the wall moldings in here as well. We actually found the original crown molding in this room when we lifted up the ceiling, so that was a really nice surprise. So we made the ceilings taller and then found the original, which was great. And then for the interior of this room, I wanted it to be symmetric and give that hotel vibe, give, you know, like the natural fibers. I love to have like a little bit more texture in my bedding, and then combine a few different colors and shades. Obviously there's only one color in here, and that's something blue, but I like it to be very clean and give a hotel feeling when you come into it. So when we did the wall moldings, I knew that I wanted a bigger piece on the wall, and so I found this old, just like old painting on Facebook Marketplace, and I used some leftover spackle to complete the canvas, and then I used leftover paint and then a little spoon to create the pattern, and I really like how it turned out. So the main bedroom and the guest bedroom are similar vibes, different colors. It's obviously a smaller space, but I wanted it to feel open, have high ceilings, have some original details that we added to the room just to give it a little bit more of a kick. I think often guest rooms are very like boring and you don't necessarily use any of your budget in there, but I wanted it to be a nice space for guests to stay when they're staying over. So we added some of those original touches to the room. Now we're in our bathroom. This is a very tiny space, and a lot of the small apartments in Oslo are the bathrooms are just small because back in the days it just was smaller rooms. So we had to work with what we had. This was definitely a design challenge. To illustrate, and I'm 160, you can see it's definitely small. But what we did is we used mirrors and placed them on either side of the room to reflect both the light but also the bathroom itself to make it feel a little bit bigger. And then I think a lot of people would think to use white tile to make it bigger and brighter, but we actually went with a darker tile that had a bigger size, so you get a big spread in the pattern of the stone, and that kind of expands your eye outwards. And one more thing, you can shop my home, so just click the link below and shop all of my home favorites.